Welcome back to the deep dive. Today we're getting into Robert Greene's The 48 Laws of Power. It came out back in '98, but it's still incredibly relevant.
Absolutely. You see it referenced everywhere: business, politics, even the arts. Greene really dug into historical figures, Machiavelli, Sun Tzu.
Right, drawing on centuries of strategic thinking.
And that's kind of the core tension, isn't it? The book is built on these historical observations, but it still feels, well, pretty controversial.
Yeah, people really debate it. Is it just cynical manipulation, or is it like a pragmatic look at how the world actually works?
Exactly. And that's what we want to unpack today. Cut through some of that noise, look at the core ideas, see how they show up in the real world, and maybe grapple with the ethics of it all. Basically a shortcut to understanding this really influential book.
Okay, let's jump into some specific laws. Law number 1, never outshine the master. The classic story here is Louis XIV and Fouquet, his finance minister.
Oh yeah, Fouquet basically threw this incredibly lavish party, built this amazing chateau.
Showing off a bit too much.
Way too much. It made the king feel insecure, threatened even. And, well, it didn't end well for Fouquet. The law isn't just about competence, it's about making the boss feel secure.
So sometimes playing down your own brilliance is the smarter move long-term.
Strategic deference, you could call it, managing perceptions.
Okay, shifting gears to something much harsher. Law 15, crush your enemy. Totally. The book uses Saddam Hussein's downfall as a kind of case study.
It's a brutal one. The argument is that if you leave any part of an enemy intact, they can regroup and cause trouble later.
And you could argue the instability after Hussein's removal fits that view.
You could, yeah. It suggests that sometimes incomplete victories are dangerous. It's about decisive, maybe even ruthless action to eliminate threats completely. Very stark.
Definitely stark. Let's lighten it slightly. Law 28, enter action with boldness. Steve Jobs comes to mind here.
Right, his famous reality distortion field.
Exactly. He just had this way of projecting absolute confidence, convincing people that, the impossible was possible.
And it worked, didn't it? This law is all about the power of conviction, of audacity. Believing something strongly enough can actually help make it happen.
It's compelling. But then there's Law 33. Discover each man's thumbscrew. That sounds manipulative.
It can be, absolutely. It's about finding what makes someone tick: their insecurities, their desires, their needs, what gives you leverage.
So finding their weak spot?
Essentially, yes.
Yeah.
But you could also frame it less cynically. Understanding what motivates someone is also key to, good communication or negotiation. It doesn't have to be about exploitation.
True. There's a fine line there. We definitely see echoes of these ideas all over, don't we? In business, you sometimes see power plays that feel straight out of the book. Maybe some of Elon Musk's moves?
Potentially, yeah. And definitely in pop culture. Think Game of Thrones or Succession. Those shows are practically built on these kinds of power dynamics.
Which raises the big ethical question, right? Can you use these laws? Well, ethically. Or does focusing on power just inevitably lead down a deep path?
That's the million-dollar question. Is it inherently cynical? Or can awareness be a tool? Maybe understanding these dynamics helps you defend yourself or recognize when they're being used on you.
Like a form of self-awareness in tricky situations. Could some principles be adapted, maybe, for collaboration instead of just domination? It seems quite different from, say, Stephen Covey's 7 Habits.
Totally different philosophy. Greene himself explored related ideas in later books, like Mastery and The Laws of Human Nature, maybe broadening the perspective a bit. But 48 Laws remains pretty focused.
There are some quotes that really capture that focus, like, power is not what we think it is. Power is about perception, not morality.
It's hard. Or how about the problem with being honest is that nobody believes you?
Oof, yeah, that's quite a statement. It speaks to that cynical realism again.
It really forces you to confront uncomfortable ideas about social dynamics and influence.
So, wrapping up, what do we leave people with? Is the 48 Laws of Power ultimately a manual for the manipulative, or is it more like a revealing, if unsettling, mirror reflecting how power often works?
Is it just for people climbing the ladder, or does it offer insights for anyone trying to navigate, the complexities of human interaction and competition?
Definitely something to think about long after you put the book down.